Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CMAC Podcast, brought to you by the Center for Music and Creativity, aka CMAC. And we are here with the Fun Pop Fan Gang, and we're going to do our little segments episode where each of our panelists will get to go around and talk about their own topic of choice. So
Rich
we are
and Mark.
here with a lovely panel. My name is Rich Morton, and I'm your co-host, and happy to be here. And I want to pass it on to our moderator and creative writing
Expert.
czar,
Oh my goodness, a star.
Mr. Mark Lassow.
Oh geez, how do I possibly live up to such a prestigious introduction? First off, here we have our brand new background here. I'll show it to you unadulterated before I block it with my person. So segments from our expert panel, and let's get to meet our panel here. First up, we got our good friend Eric. How's it going, Eric?
Okay, Mark and Rich.
Excellent. Looking forward to hearing from you later. Dawn, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing great. I'm very much looking forward to hearing hearing your segment later. Very interesting topic. Big Mike,
How you doing?
doing great. How about yourself?
Good.
All right, excellent. And Jonathan, how's the week been for you?
Good. How are you, Mark?
Doing well. Always doing well when I'm in the company of my favorite people. All right. So let's get this party started. Nobody wants to hear me flap my yapper anymore. Let's hear from the real stars of the show. Rich, you want to take it away?
Absolutely. So, before we get to the rest of our panel, I just have to acknowledge, we all have to acknowledge everybody here being either a New Yorker or born and bred in New York. There was a huge thing that happened in New York sports, which everybody is flipping out about, in New York especially, and that would be the New York Knicks winning the NBA championships for the
Woo!
first time since 1973. So, to put that in perspective, that's the year my mom and dad graduated from high school. So, and I was -4 at the time. So anybody that is good with math, any Goodwill Huntings out there can figure that out. It was a long time ago. So this was a huge, huge thing. And in a very divisive world,
Oh,
this is the kind of thing that can bring people together. And New York came together for the Knicks, and even casual fans or even people that weren't really fans just jumped on here, and it was like everybody was got together for it was all about New York and the New York Knicks, and that shows you how something like entertainment and sports is a very important thing, I think.
no,
And
go, yeah, clear, go.
yeah, so congratulations, New York Knicks.
Also noteworthy, since you brought up 73,
Oh,
Rich,
yeah, go.
another New York team with blue and orange colors also were champions that year. Although they didn't win the whole enchilada, but the Mets were the National League champions.
The Islanders.
No, the Mets.
Ah,
Although the Islanders, maybe the Islanders had a crazy run but I think that was in like the early 80s.
Yeah, early 80s. But yeah, 1973 Mets won the National League Championship, but did not win the World Series. But
Right?
I believe that's where that season when they were called was that the Miracle Mets or the Amazing Mets? I think 69 was the Miracle Mets, and I think they first
69 was
won.
Miracle. 73 was when Tug McGraw coined the phrase
You
"You
gotta
gotta
believe.
believe."
Yeah, that was the big. You gotta believe.
Father of country star Tim McGraw.
Oh,
That's
wow.
right. One of our friends and maybe a future panelist, past Fun Pop fan guy, Mr. Alex Pazderka, being a big country fan,
Yes,
he would be very happy to hear something like that.
I bet he
All right,
was too.
guys. So with that, go Knicks. You did it. Congratulations.
Yay.
All right. Now, moving on to our big podcast. Going up first, batting first for the Fun Pop Fan Gang, Jonathan Friedland. How you doing, Jonathan?
Good, how are you, Rich?
I am fantastic, and I'm excited to talk about this topic with you. What are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about Paul McCartney.
Sir Paul McCartney, Jonathan's rock profile. All right, Paul McCartney. There he is.
Yes, the boy.
So that was Paul when he was in the Beatles, and then Paul probably pretty close to today. Still has that same youthful grin. Uh, so Jonathan, what about Paul McCartney? Uh, did you want to talk about? I guess we can start with that little band he was in.
Yeah,
What was that band he was in?
he was in the Beatles.
The Beatles, and as one half of a one of the greatest songwriting partnerships of all time, uh, which would
Yes,
be
Sean Lennon.
with John Lennon. So Paul and John, who wrote just an endless amount of amazing songs. So Paul and John, for anybody who aren't as Beatle crazy as we are, uh,
Right here.
Paul and John both wrote songs, but usually one or the other would sing the lead, depending on who really wrote it. So Paul, what Beatles songs that Paul sang on would you say are your favorites?
Yeah, one of my favorite songs, the Beatles songs that Paul sang on was probably uh Come Together.
Yeah, Paul definitely sang with John on "Come Together." That was a good one, and I think if you go back, you also have "Get Back"
Yeah,
was
Get
a big
Back.
song,
And number one.
and that was on the album number one. That's right, Eric. So Paul actually sang on the first track of the first Beatles record, and it started out like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Who knows what song that is? Trivia.
Oh my goodness.
The baby be there or something.
Was that when I saw her standing there?
That is
Oh,
correct.
that's the
Hey!
one.
Very good. We need to get like some sound effects buttons, like boo, 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 boo. You got it. You're a winner. I got like a little mixer thing. Eventually, I can try to hook up, and you can put like sound effects and stuff.
Sound effects. I
But
thought I was gonna get money for that. What?
yes. Well, you
Uh,
should have read the fine print. You have to pay me five
oh
dollars
man.
for every correct answer.
Oh, I tell you, that fine print gets you every time.
Ah, and always read the when they say
Don't
click
get the
the
printer.
terms of agreement. Always make sure you actually read that because you never know what you're signing away. All right, but yes, John and Paul. And Paul, I saw her standing there, the first song, and then he sang the last song, which was in a part of the Abbey
Now
Road
or
medley
then.
called "The End." So,
Or then.
but the Beatles being actually only really famous and they had so many albums, and that was only from '63 in Britain all the way to 1970. So really 6, 7 years. But then Paul has been doing this forever. Um, but before we get in, any other Paul songs or that he did with the Beatles that you like?
Yeah. I really like Hey Jude.
Hey Jude is a classic, classic. At the time, one of the longest singles. That was a very long song. I believe it clocked at 6 minutes and so many. At that time, that was a very long song. Because of the endless na's. It went on forever.
Hey.
But great song, great song. And then once the Beatles had their breakup, then what did Paul do after that you enjoyed?
Yeah,
His own band.
he started his own band called Paul McCartney and Wings.
Yes, Paul McCartney and Wings, which if you look down here is a little shot from in the 70s. They Wings was a big thing. And with his wife Linda McCartney. So he had after the Beatles, he probably had the most distinguished solo career and other band career with Wings. Any songs from Wings or Paul's solo career that you wanted to mention?
I really like Live and Let Die.
Ooh, Live and Let
Most
Die.
most
Who knows
happily,
what Live and Let Die was the theme for?
Live,
Anyone?
James Bond.
uh,
James Bond. Yes, the movie Live and Let Die by
Chaplin,
James Bond. So popular
Chaplin.
song on its own, but yes, the theme song to Live and Let Die, James Bond. And even from there, he went on, and once he broke up with Wings, he still had his solo career going on for years and years and years. Um, but anything else about Sir Paul McCartney you wanted to mention?
Yeah, he just um just everything about him. I like everything about him. I like his his um his stage presence, his whole career. I find very fascinating.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest, and known for his singing and his songwriting. But of course, we have to mention his bass playing. One of my favorite bass players of all time, and way ahead of his time for the bass parts that he was playing. Even the early Beatles, the bass stuff he was doing was like phenomenal, like very melodic, which was unusual at that time. And he went on to create some of the greatest bass lines, including "Come Together." "Come Together," that's it. His bass line is just amazing. And that whole album, Abbey Road, something, the little bass parts are so beautiful. That's which really makes the songs. But yeah, and he's just one of those, I think, people that have his stage presence. Obviously, is amazing. I saw him at Citi Field, the first concert ever at Citi Field when it opened. It was just amazing. He put on like an amazing show. Of course, we mentioned the Mets. The Beatles, their huge concert that everybody talks about was Shea Stadium in 1964.
Thank
So,
you.
so when Shea closed down and they opened up Citi Field, who would be the most appropriate to bring in but Paul McCartney? And yeah, amazing performer. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. And guy's in his 80s at this point, and he's still playing like he's back in Liverpool, in those days. And I have to say, he's also just an amazing human being. He's an activist. He's very involved, I believe, with animal activism, and just an amazing guy. Hey, Mark, anything else you wanted to throw in there?
Yeah. So his wife, before she passed away, Linda, a huge part of the emerging at the time. We're going back to the 80s and 90s of the vegetarian movement. She actually had her own line of food. But I gotta say, Rich, when it comes to Paul McCartney, there is no basis for comparison. No
And
basis.
with that, if anybody
Come
didn't
on, you.
catch that one, that's Mark's first pun of the day. Bassist. He's a bassist. So that's strike one.
Okay,
All
Mr.
right, guys. He
Bass
gets
Boy.
three
No.
puns.
Oh no, I'm in foul trouble already.
Three puns. Well, thank you, Jonathan. We can go on all day. At least I can, and me and you
Oh, the
about Paul
bass.
McCartney and the Beatles. But appreciate you for bringing that topic. Well, I'm sure we can do future topics discussing maybe the other Beatles. Thank you, Jonathan. All right, who's next up to bat?
I think next up, I can't wait to sink my teeth into this topic. I have the privilege of talking to our good friend Dawn, our resident gymnast, uh, an Olympic gold medalist, um, and a huge, vast amounts of knowledge on gymnastics here. We're here with our good friend Dawn. How is it going, Dawn?
Good. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing great. I've been looking forward to this conversation with you for all week because I had never heard of the gymnast you're going to be discussing tonight. And then after you told me about her, just reading some of her story, I found to be so fascinating. So I can't wait to learn more from our own gymnastics encyclopedia here, Dawn. So why don't you tell our audience who is it that you're going to be talking about today?
Sang Lan.
Sang Lan. Sang Lan.
Mhm.
Yes, look at that. Beautiful. So why did you pick Sang Lan, Dawn? What is special
Um,
about this person?
because I feel sorry for her because she had a genetic injury that should have never happened.
All right, let's talk about that, Dawn. What time period are we talking about? When was she competitive?
Oh my God. From the time she was 5 years old, and then what was it, 96? I think it was.
Yeah,
The
it was the late
1996.
90s.
She
And
was in
also,
the Atlanta Georgia Dome, the Goodwill games,
yes.
and it was doing warm-ups, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that they moved a mat or something while she was in midair, and they moved
Oh,
something, and then I don't know what happened. She fell, and I don't know.
Well,
Well,
before that
I feel
happened,
sorry for her. It's just sad.
Dawn, she was a champion. She'd won championships, right?
Yes, she won
She was like on her way to
gold medals
being
on vault and
Yeah.
the beam. I think it was,
Yeah.
or four, something like that. I don't remember which one it
vault.
was.
Vault was her specialty. That was her best event. And so, yeah, and Dawn, before we go further, what country was she from? What country did she represent?
China.
China. So she's representing China. And at the Goodwill game, she sustained this
She was
injury
on the Chinese team. Yeah.
and it was during warm-ups. And so she ended up fracturing her C6 and C7 vertebrae and was paralyzed from the chest down. And you might think that is the end of her story since she couldn't compete in gymnastics anymore. But very interesting to find this is actually where her story begins, right? What did she just disappear after her injury?
I think so.
She didn't. She went to college. And this goes back, Dawn, I often talk about you and your warrior spirit as a competitor and all the sports that you've done and all the times that you've had to fight through pain and injury and how it would be so much easier to just give up. But that's what separates a champion from a mere mortal. And so when she couldn't compete anymore, she became a disability advocate. She went to college, I think, studied broadcast journalism, and she does television hosting now.
if you look at that picture right there that I brought up, the before when she was younger and the after, her in her wheelchair, if I wasn't looking close enough, I wouldn't even have noticed that wheelchair. It's like she carries herself with, it's like just looking at that picture, she seems to carry herself with such confidence. And like you said, even though she had this life-changing thing, she went on and did some amazing things. I have to say, I had somebody I went to school with. Her name was Brooke Ellison, and she had gotten hit by a car walking to
Oh my God, that's even more sadder.
and she was crossing Nichols Road, um, and she got hit by a car, and she was paralyzed from the neck down for life.
Oh,
Quadri
sad.
is that quadriplegia? Yeah, or para, but all but from the neck down. But
But
she
did
went
they make a
on,
movie out of that, Rich?
yes, but she went on. She actually went on to went to high school. She had a long rehab, but she went to high school, and then she went on to Harvard, and she got a degree from Harvard.
Wow.
And amazing, amazing. And then she became a huge advocate. and there was a movie that was made about her, the Brooke Ellison story, and it was directed by Christopher Reeve. One of his
Wow.
last credits, one of the last things
Christopher
he did
Reeve.
was direct this movie. And Mike, who's Christopher Reeve? Everybody knows Christopher Reeve.
Superman is Superman.
Superman, who also had a really horrible accident, and he was the same thing, paralyzed from the neck down. But obviously, one of the big, another huge advocate of that paralyzed, but people, yeah. So that's an incredible story. You know what? I have a quick clip I can put on, if you guys would like to see that.
See what?
I'm gonna do a little clip of Sang Lan and kind of shows you.
Even this bag of pre-washed spinach isn't really
And there has to
clean.
be an
Just a few
egg,
minutes with
of
the puree produce,
course.
and this is what came off. So
Did
much
it.
dirt, and this
In 1998, Sang Lan was poised to make history at the Friendship Games. However, during a vault, a serious accident shattered her trajectory and challenged her determination. This tragedy could have ended her dreams, but instead, Sang emerged like a phoenix rising, again with incredible resilience. Her story begins in a small town in China where the dream of a life dedicated to artistic gymnastics blossomed. In 1998, at age 17, she was selected to compete in the Friendship Games in New York, a prestigious event at the time. But while preparing for the vault final during warm-up, she performed a basic vault called a timer to familiarize herself with the apparatus. However, something unexpected happened. Sang lost control and fell, resulting in a severe spinal cord injury that left her paralyzed from the chest.
So that is.
But I think what the story really begins there, and what she did with her life after that injury.
Which
Absolutely. Yes, Eric.
she's still alive after that.
She is still alive.
Ah.
So she does like sports journalism now, Eric. So when you watch like ESPN or something, the people are sitting behind the desk. You couldn't even tell she's in a wheelchair. So Dawn, thanks to you, I'm now familiar with this individual and her amazing stories. So before the injuries, Sang Lan was extremely well known for the vault. She was a champion on the vault. So when you did gymnastics, what was your absolute favorite event or favorite move?
Oh my God. I think my favorite event was oh my God, I think I have to say beam and floor.
Beam in the floor. Excellent. Yeah, we've seen you do both, and you really did an amazing job on both of those.
I don't want to say Vulcan because I don't think I like Vulcan. I don't know.
I mean, everybody's got their own thing, and I think, because the videos that you've shared with us and the group have been with you doing the floor and the beam, and yeah, it was great seeing you up there. And just in conclusion here, Doug, whenever you pick a gymnast, and I try to think of what questions, I always try to find the connection of like, why would Dawn have picked this person? What maybe does Dawn have in common with this person? And I wanted to ask you, in the case of Sang Lan, she's known for having just a beautiful smile and a positive attitude, even when things got really tough for her. So I feel the same way about you, and that I've seen you go through times in your life when you had challenges, and you always maintain such a positive attitude. How do you stay positive and brave when in the face of challenges?
It's hard. It's hard because sometimes I put on like a smile and I'm hiding the pain behind my smile. It's very hard to do that.
Well, you do a great job of it, Dawn, and not letting those challenges in life beat you. You're a fighter, and I can definitely see why you would be inspired by somebody like Sang Lan. I see a lot of these same qualities in you and the way you go about your life. So,
thank you, Mark.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for introducing me to. I never would have known about this amazing individual or her story if it wasn't for you. So thank you. I always learn so much from you in these segments. I appreciate you, Dawn.
You're welcome, Mark. Thank you.
All right, Rich, back to you, my friend.
He's muted.
Oh no, Rich, we can't hear you. Think you muted yourself.
Sorry about that, guys. Yes, I think you were taking this one, Mark. This is Eric's next. Would be
Okay.
WW. I'm not going to spoil it. WW something.
Well, back when I was wearing a younger man's clothes, it was WWF. But for these
Okay.
young whippersnappers here today, it's WWE. And always an absolute privilege when I get to interview one of the most knowledgeable WWE experts roaming the earth today, our good friend Eric.
Yes.
How's it going, Eric?
I'm good.
And so, Eric, you're very excited. You got this Fanatics Fest coming up, right?
Yeah. Right.
How many times have you been to Fanatics Fest?
I need help.
Have you been more than once?
I need help.
Eric, you went one time.
Yes. There you go. Yes,
One time, and that was in 2024. But you're
Right.
going back again for a second time next
With
month.
you, it's
With you who?
you.
Chocolate Cow or you who?
I met you. It's
Oh, you mean me? Yes, okay. I get to throw in some bad puns here and there too. It's okay.
yeah.
I always love talking to you, Eric, about wrestling because, I know the guys from the 80s, a little bit of the 90s, and a little bit of the early 2000s. But as far as modern day wrestling, everything I learn it pretty much from you, which is awesome. So I know that you had some people, and as you're getting excited to go to your second Fanatics Fest, that you actually got at the first Fanatics Fest, you got to meet some of your favorite wrestlers. Is that correct?
And
That's me.
if I can mention this little picture right here, these are all the wrestlers that were at Fanatics Fest in 2024 that when Eric went. And there's this little tiny guy over here
That's me.
who's hanging out. Only one that was shorter than Mr. Ray here.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. But speaking of which, spoiler alert, let's move on to the first Eric's meet and greets at Fanatics Fest 2024.
Yeah.
And who is your favorite wrestler of all time? Did you ever get to meet her?
Yes.
Who's that?
Yes. Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
All right. So is she the current women's champion?
I need help.
Who's the women's champion now?
I need help.
Jonathan, do you know this one? You watch wrestling, right?
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea
Yeah.
Ripley is the champion. So
Okay.
this
Ripley
So
or
you-
someone else. I don't really know.
Oh, you're just taking a guess?
She's
right.
definitely she's either a champion single or champion in a tag team. She's definitely a champion up there, but I'm pretty sure she is the female champion at this time.
Yeah.
But we'll have to get back on that. You can mention
Yeah.
that again in part 2 of this, which will be next month.
All right. And Eric said, what was this meet and greet like? How long did you get to talk to her for?
I need help.
Look at that
There she
picture.
is.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that big smile, Eric. I've never seen you so happy.
Yep,
What a
so
great
she got to actually get her autograph. And
Yeah.
normally with these kind of conventions, like a Comic-Con, you either get an autograph or a picture. And sometimes you can pay for a selfie at the table. So you pay for an autograph, and then at the table you could pay extra to get a selfie. She wasn't doing selfies at the table, meaning that was not something that would normally be allowed, but we asked her real quick and like, can we take a quick selfie? And she was like, sure. I don't know how to do a good Australian accent, but it was something like that. She is from
Yeah.
Australia, and yeah,
South Australia.
she was awesome. She was so cool. She was really
Oh,
cool.
wow. What a
Right,
great
Eric?
picture.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Look at Eric. I'm so happy for you to get to meet one of your favorite wrestlers like that. That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here again.
Oh, you're gonna meet her again at this next one.
Yeah.
When is the next Fanatics Fest?
Which?
In July, next month.
Yeah.
Next month?
In my birthday
Next
month.
month. Yeah.
All right, excellent. And then and who are we looking at here?
Billy.
That's the second celebrity you got to meet, right?
Yeah.
Bailey
Bailey?
was
Yes.
and I think you also got to get a picture with somebody else with Bailey, a star.
It's you and me. That's
Oh,
her.
that guy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you. Come on.
She was awesome too. They were all so great. They were all so great. Sometimes you meet celebrities and they could be kind of like, they were all like just awesome. So made me more of a wrestling fan to start wrestling more, just meeting them in person.
Dominic
Eric, you look like you got a crush or something over there. You're like dreaming about like your future wedding. Dreaming about wedding stuff.
No, not that way.
Are you cheating on Rhea Ripley in this picture?
No,
Oh my goodness. Better not show Rhea this picture.
Who else did we meet?
Rey Mysterio.
Oh,
Dominic
now this guy I
Sava.
know. Eric, this is one of the few superstars that has lasted long enough for me to have been a fan, and was still around for you to be a fan.
Yeah. And also, he's a father of Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, so another wrestling family legacy. Does Dominic Mysterio wear a mask?
He used to be with his father, but not anymore. He's in the Judgment Day.
Okay. Yeah, once the mask comes up, once people know what you look like, can never really go back to the mask again. Rey Mysterio.
I think it's him and other superstars like Latinos, only the ones who wear a mask.
Well, did he wear a mask when you met Mr. Rey Mysterio?
Yes.
Yes, he did, and there he is.
Oh wow!
But honestly, I think that's his like second cousin, George Mysterio. How do you know? How do you really know that was Rey Mysterio?
The tattoos.
I guess the tattoos.
Yeah.
But I was in shock because I had no idea. Like most of these wrestlers are huge, and Rey Mysterio comes in the picture, and I was like, this guy is definitely not as big as I thought he would be for a wrestler.
And Rich?
Yeah, Eric.
Me and Ray do the finger, but you didn't do the pointer finger.
I wasn't in the club. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I put up two fingers. I could like Photoshop out my pinky, and then it'll be
not your rocking because just the one that me and Ray did.
Rey Mysterio, definitely the most acrobatic wrestler I've ever seen in my lifetime. One of my all-time favorites. And yeah, to your point there, Rich, before he was in WCW first, but when he got to WWE, they used to use his short stature, and they would put him in the ring with like the Big Show, who's like 7 feet tall. They would use his size to really, kind of get the most out of that visual of having like the littlest guy, like the whole David and Goliath thing. They would, have him have rivalries with just gigantic wrestlers, but he was always able to outwit them with these flips and spins. Just so much fun to watch.
Very cool. I'm gonna have to go back into the archives and watch some of this stuff now. But yeah. Well, thank you, Eric. We're gonna look forward to part 2 of this next month when you're gonna share the WWE Superstars that you're gonna meet this year. And yeah. So thank you, Eric.
And
all right, that brings us to our cleanup hitter. I'm sorry, Eric.
You got the veterans and Ronda Rousey.
All right, very good. We're gonna talk. We only talked about the Fanatics Fest people you met, but we're gonna move on because time is coming short, and we want to get everybody in. So, our Blading cleanup Mr. Mike O'Connell. How you doing, Big Mike?
Yeah, Mark. Good, Rich. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. So today we're going to do a segment that I always enjoy,
Right.
and that would be a movie review. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what movie are we reviewing today?
Yeah, Star Wars movie.
The Mandalorian
Stars.
Grogu. The
Yes.
first Star Wars movie, the first Star Wars movie that's been out since 2019. So
It's not the first one.
this is the first movie that's been out since The Rise of Skywalker. There hasn't been a movie from Star Wars in the last 6 years because they really focused on Disney Plus after that, and actually during the pandemic and on, they started all these streaming shows, and the first one, their big one, was The Mandalorian, and it did so well that eventually they decided to put it on the big screen and they made it into a movie. And
Yeah,
The
but this is
Mandalorian
last. This
Grogu.
is
And Mike, who is Grogu?
Right. The Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Everybody
Yeah.
knows Baby Yoda. Even if
yeah.
you don't know this show, you know Baby Yoda. But his actual name is Grogu. He's not
Yeah.
actually a little version of Yoda, but he's the same species of Yoda.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike, so got to see this movie. Did you have any favorite parts of the movie?
Right. The one with the Shameless guy. The guy. The Shameless guy. What's his name? Yes.
Jeremy Allen White, who has
Right.
gotten very popular from the TV show The Bear, and
The
also
Bears.
he just was Bruce Springsteen in the Bruce Springsteen movie.
The Bears.
But very good, Eric. The Bears. But down here, this is the character that he played. He obviously wasn't wearing that as a big costume or something. That would be a CGI computer animated. But he did the voice for this guy that looks a little bit like Jabba the Hutt, but he's more jacked. And that was actually Jabba's son that he played. And very cool character. He mostly saw him in like an arena at first, and he was fighting like a gladiator. Definitely a pretty cool character, although you would have no idea it was Jeremy Allen White doing the voice, but definitely a cool character. And the Mandalorian, when you mentioned like Rey Mysterio, the Mandalorian is kind of similar, where if he takes his mask off, it shows his face. It's like that's a shame, you know.
Best
So
reveal.
yeah, but great movie. Any what was your favorite parts of the movie, Mike?
The fight scene. The fight. The sword.
Excellent fight scenes, the action. There was a lot of great action. And Baby Yoda got into the action using the Force. Baby Yoda's got that. Still doesn't talk. 50 years old, but in Yoda years, that's like 3 years old. But we got to get this
Oh,
talking. Anyway, this has been a non-spoiler review, so we don't want to give
Right.
away
Right.
any
And
spoilers.
King Rich. The guy from the girl from Ghostbusters. She's in the movie also.
That's right. Sigourney Weaver.
Behavior. Yeah.
She was in there.
I
And
thought that's Kim McKinnon. Oh well.
no, Sigourney Weaver, that was in
Oh,
Ghostbusters
so
and Aliens, as we know. But she had a role in that movie as well. But yeah, so
kids too.
Mandalorian Grogu. Mike, your rating. We're gonna do this 1 out of 5. How many would you say?
I get like 5.
5
I
out
think
of
we're gonna I
5.
think Mike's giving this 5 Kermits.
Kermits.
Yeah.
Haha.
Yeah.
Despenso.
Yeah.
Excellent movie. I agree, Mike. 5 Kermits from me as well. Or I should have made it 5 Baby Yodas. But yeah, I highly recommend the movie, everybody. I would go check it out before it goes out of theaters. Great movie to see in like IMAX or anything. But yeah, all right. Thanks, Mike. We'll look
3D.
forward to future movie reviews. All right, Mark. You want to throw in your thing real quick and
Oh,
give us
real
an update?
real quick, and it will be real quick because it's a small list. But
And you, Rich.
as my friends know, I have a life goal to see a baseball game in every single major league stadium, and so normally I try to do one new one a year, but last year I went big and did 5, and now I'm kind of spoiled, so I'm not content to just do one anymore. I'm gonna go for three this year. And the first one that I went to was not opening day, was the second game of the year at Lone Depot Park to see the Miami Marlins. And a big baseball first for me. I had front row seats, and this was my neighbor to sit right next to.
The mascot of the team.
They did not play the Mets, although I did just see the Mets in Seattle. But I'm not going to put Seattle up here because I've been to that stadium many times. It is my favorite of all the stadiums, but I can't count it as a new one. I'm not sure what the summer holds. Going to be having a little bit of a neck surgery coming up here. So if I can recover in time, the plan is Cleveland to see my favorite band of all time, Rush, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and cross the Cleveland Guardians off of my stadium list.
Excellent. I got the chance to go to Cleveland and go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it was a great place and a lot of music. Just to give you a heads up, Mark, there's a floor and the Hall of Fame that you'll love, where you actually go and there's a big jam room, and you could jump on the drums and jam, and other people come up and play, and they have some house musicians. Awesome.
The Bears.
Very cool. So little jam area. So something you could look forward to besides seeing all the amazing exhibits and
the Bears.
The Bears. Yeah, I'm gonna have only 2 days there. So I'm going to do Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a pregame before the Rush show. And then we'll do that baseball game. And then if I'm okay, if my body heals from this surgery like I hope, very end, not even summer, it'll be fall by this time. But I have my sights set on Fenway in late September.
Nice. Fenway would be one I could definitely have that I got to cross off my list a long time ago when I was younger. We went to Boston and saw a game at Fenway. Actually and that was when Wade Boggs was playing.
Oh, wow.
So it was a great game.
Excellent. Well, audience, you can rest assured if I am able and healthy enough to do these things, you will, of course, certainly have to listen to me yap about it. And I might even share some pictures as well. But
all right, folks. Well, as Bugs, who says it? Who says that's all, folks?
That's a Bugs.
Porky Pig. So that's all, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on the CMAC Podcast. I think another fun episode. Everybody, always cool how everybody brings their own thing to it, and educational and entertaining and fun, and always learn something. And got to give it to the segments. So, thank you, everybody, from our panel, one and all. And before we go, what do we need to tell our audience?
Subscribe, as another. Subscribe, comment, get the next episode from the bell, and all that stuff.
That's right.
All that stuff.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, real quick, I'm going to go around. Thank you, Mr. Big Mike.
You.
What do you want to tell our audience?
Like and subscribe, and have a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend. Have a nice morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are out there. Jonathan, thank you for joining us. And we'll look forward to another segment talking about maybe some other future musicians. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Our friend Dawn had to run, but we'll get to hear from her again soon. And any final words, Mr. Mark?
No, again, what a privilege. Amazing to hear from our panel of experts. And thank you to our audience for taking the time.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Hi.